Hey guys, how are you? It's some content creation day and we're in Greenwich Park. So lovely day, folks are out, it's all happening. A little bit of a catch up with you. I'm going to bang out a couple of clips that I'll load up for your weekend YouTube viewing. Fortunate enough to be doing my theory weekend with some of my new Top Gun HVF traders. That'll be starting. We'll be at the Radisson Blu Hotel. This is our July corp program, so looking really forward to doing that. It's a full-on weekend, Saturday and Sunday, but it's high energy, it's fun. I love engaging with the students. In fact, on that point, many people ask, why do you teach? If you're such a great trader, why don't you just sit at home, lock yourself up in a cabin and just become a millionaire? Actually, the teaching is exceedingly enjoyable. And the one key aspect about it is every time you give counsel to others, you're giving counsel to yourself. It's absolutely the way. You don't just ever arrive. You don't know something once and it's always there and you're always applying and you're always being strictly disciplined to it. It's the reaffirmation, it's the recommittance to values. I come out trading better after a theory weekend. It's an absolutely bizarre thing, but I'm more prudent, I'm more sharp, I'm more realigned with my discipline. It's like saying once you know how to do a bulletproof workout, you're done. You don't have anything further to learn. You don't need to reapply yourself ever. Discipline gets ragged and it fades, and what happens is some bad habits start creeping in all the time. It's human nature. You've got to always resharpen the saw, as Stephen Covey once famously said. You've got to always resharpen the saw, otherwise things go bad. Here's one of my favorite trees in Greenwich Park. We scamper up that one with young Rachel. She likes to climb. She's a tree climber. Anyway, what am I going to talk to you about? I'm not here to showcase trees in the park, although I thought it's fun. There are a few cranky ones. In fact, there's a 600-year-old tree in here, which apparently some queen from God knows when once blessed with holy water or whatever, some nonsense. And it does look pretty old. What am I going to talk to you about? Well, just a quick one. Austerity for the masses, abundance for the top of the pyramid. So, the royal family. The royal family. Check this dude stalking the squirrel. Oh my God, it's so funny. Check at him. He's on the job there in the bottom left corner. Let me go get him in the picture, Francis. The Queen, the royal family. Check at him, he's doing the freeze frame. That's hysterical. The Queen has had an 80% increase in revenue. An 80% increase in allowance for the royal family, despite them using the military for air drop-ins and all sorts of luxuries. They use the Air Force as their personal flight carrier. They've got an 80% increase in money made available to them. To refurb, additional amount of that will go towards refurbing Buckingham Palace. They're going to have, I think it's 39 going on 60 million, right? So insane numbers to refurb Buckingham Palace, their personal home where they live. Wow. And at the same time, we have Grenfell Tower. I'm keeping half an eye on my dog there. He's I don't know if he's playing the game still. Grenfell Tower, with its lack of fireproof cladding, going up to save $5,000 on the entire building. And it virtually turns into an absolute accelerant in a building burning down. So just absorb that for a while. Austerity for the masses, largesse for the chosen ones at the top. Wow, and this is what you pay tax for, so that the Queen's Buckingham Palace can get its 40 million plus refurb, and that people that just need to be kept safe in their homes go up in a tinderbox of cladding that was put up there because the building was deemed an eyesore. In other words, the cladding was there for the posh area and the posh folk to not have to look at an eyesore. Coloured and new facelift externally viewing for those of external view to see something less horrendous. But in terms of safety for those that were involved, $5,000 on an entire building was saved instead of just taking the fireproof version of the cladding. That's austerity for the masses. And that was a fireball inferno, and apparently certain firemen in the stories weren't told. entire collections of people had collected in one room and were found scorched and burned to death. So absolutely horrific. And the polarity is all apparent. Largesse for the 1%. Know why you are building your wealth. Be as tax efficient as possible in doing so. Do not feed the machine more than you have to, but keep your nose clean at the same time, and build your wealth and your plan. Don't trust governments on their allocation of money. It doesn't go to service your needs. That's it from me. I've got a few more things I want to talk to you about. You might get a couple of more clips coming up, but enjoy your weekend. I'll be in the hotels, but loving every minute of it, reaffirming my own principles to myself, coming out of my own theory weekend, sharper and renewed, whilst helping others achieve the same. That's why we do this. That's why we love it. Keep sharpening your saws. Speak to you soon.